Hi there, thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel, The Fisherman's Friend. Just going to be talking very briefly about the latest piece of music called Spectrum World that I've just uploaded. Hope that you are enjoying this channel. Okay, so what's Spectrum World about? It's a very fast piece of music, played quite rapidly with different time signatures, 5/4, 8/4, 3/4, 2/4, 4/4, and so on. And that is deliberate because it's about people who live within, or people who live with people within what's called this spectrum world. It's called autism, Aspergers, ADHD, ADHD, OCD, and so on. It has lots of labels, and sometimes it's called a disorder or a disability. I don't like that because it's questionable whether it's a disorder, because we need to think about what's normal, what's abnormal. Is normality something society dictates to us? But isn't normality something far more fluid? I don't believe that any human being can be pigeonholed into saying that this is your character, this is your personality trait, therefore you need to act like this and this is what we expect. There are similarities, but I believe we are all unique. We are all different. And people who live within this spectrum world, it's something to be celebrated. If you look in the past of some of the greatest minds in history, some of the greatest artists, musicians, composers, etc., I'm sure that today they would be diagnosed as being within this world of being on a spectrum. One of my father's heroes is, I think, Arturo Toscanini, conductor. And he was very aggressive, immersed in the music, and one day the phone kept ringing in his hotel room while he's rehearsing. So he pulled, this is when you had wires into the wall, folks, but he pulled the phone socket and out of the wall and made a hole in the wall and so on. You know, he was so infuriated being interrupted. I'm pretty sure if you read about him that today he'd be within the diagnosis of this spectrum, whether it be Dali, Picasso, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, Mozart, Bach. I'm sure that they would be within this wonderful world. And the question is, would we have such a great complexity within computing and IT and maths and physics and understanding of it? Would we have such great art and music without this world, without people who live within this world? But this piece, therefore, is in different time signatures, deliberately so. The right and left hand are doing different rhythms. They're clashing with each other. There's no sort of togetherness sometimes within it. One hand is playing quickly, the other hand is offbeat, on beat, and so on. And it really is a contrast between the two hands. But sometimes we need to reset. People like this need to reset. They need a time of calm, so it places, the piece goes up the top end of the keyboard and is a lot more peaceful and so on. But also the reason why it's so frenetic and rapid is that what I find and what other people find sometimes is their minds are going off here, 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 here. And I have in my career carried out several jobs. Do this, get bored, do this, get bored, set up this business, that business, and so on. And your mind is going. Other people, it's a physical manifestation, me not so much these days, where physically they can't sit down. They always have to be on the move, rah, 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 and so on. And so that's what this piece represents, with its rapidity, frenetic nature, rhythms, counter rhythms, and time signatures, and so on and so forth. There's a little bit of dissonance as well within it. And it's dedicated to a friend of mine, Therese, who helped me to understand that you don't use the fact that you might be living within this world as an excuse for behavior, but it is something to be celebrated. Whether diagnosed or not, it's something to be celebrated. The complexity of it, the creativity within it, just the amazing nature of it. So I hope that you enjoy it, for all those who live with people on this spectrum, or people who live within some form of spectrum. And I hope that you enjoy it. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. Cheers. Bye.